operational situation along the inner German border has deteriorated rapidly over the last 6 weeks. Civil unrest across the German Democratic Republic continues to intensify following labor strikes, mass demonstrations, and repeated security failures inside regional set administrative structures. Several border units stationed near Weferlingen have ceased reliable reporting. Defections among East German personnel are increasing. Local authorities are no longer capable of maintaining full territorial control after nightfall in multiple cities.
At the same time, Soviet military activity inside East Germany has exceeded projected exercise parameters, connected to upcoming Warsaw Pact maneuvers, armored movements, temporary radio silence procedures, and unscheduled redeployments of airborne and counterintelligence personnel have been observed throughout the operation recording. Intercepted communications suggest internal fractures between reformist Soviet command structures loyal to Gorbachev and unidentified hardline elements advocating emergency stabilization measures. CIA analysis currently assesses a credible possibility that factions inside Moscow are preparing contingency actions in the event of further Eastern Bloc destabilization. Whether these activities represent coup preparation, internal military panic, or coordinated deception remains unclear. To monitor the situation, Compartment Nightwitch was activated under Directorate authority. The program originally focused on covert observation of Soviet response patterns near Weferlingen and the identification of unauthorized military transfers operating under Warsaw Pact counterintelligence. Since activation, the operational environment has degraded beyond initial projections. Multiple irregular actors are now active inside the region. These include RAF splinter cells, organized smuggling networks, rogue Stasi informants, nationalist extremist groups, and unidentified foreign intelligence personnel operating without official affiliation. Violence trafficking groups crossing operative and industrial infrastructure near the border have expanded significantly. Civilian disappearances and unexplained killings have increased over the last 11 days. Recent field reports additionally indicate that unknown personnel have impersonated NATO observers. Bundesgrenzschutz patrols, Red Cross representatives, and CIA-associated contacts, compartment integrity, and consider partially compromised. Assume all unsecure communications on an auditor or underrelated. SAD personnel entering the operational area are authorized for covert reconnaissance, asset recovery, counterintelligence operations, and emergency containment procedures. Open engagement with Soviet regular forces or East German armored units is not authorized, unless required for immediate survival. U.S. government acknowledgement of operational activity does not exist, and will be denied under all exposure scenarios. Priority intelligence concerns currently center around 3 unresolved developments. First, the former East German signals facility believed to contain intercepted Soviet command traffic connected to Moscow instability. Second, unidentified armed groups operating from abandoned mining conferences near the border sector. Third, an unregistered Soviet convoy
escort patterns through restricted military corridors east on Weferlingen's federal analysis suggests that prisons are a quiet combination in techniques outposted the readiness and shielding though further ammunition remains unavailable.
The strategic risk of escalation is severe. NATO readiness activities connected to the torture are increasingly being interpreted by Warsaw Pact legal units as tactical pre-positioning for offensive nations simultaneously. Soviet mobilization measures are producing heightened alert conditions among U.S. and West German commands. Intelligence analysts cannot rule out the possibility that ultra incidents, false flag operations, or command misinterpretations may trigger uncontrolled military escalation.
Current conditions inside the operational zone are unstable, fragmented, and deteriorating by the hour. Maintain compartment discipline. Verify all contacts independently. Trust no single source. The situation at Weferlingen may determine whether the Eastern Bloc collapses peacefully or whether Europe enters open conflict. End of Covenant.